Welcome to Vieng, Laos. We've been making our way from the very south of Laos to the north, and Vieng lies in the very heart of the country. Vieng's reputation precedes it, for good and bad reasons. It was only in November 2024 that 6 tourists tragically died in this town, and that was only the tip of the iceberg from a much bigger history of tragedy in the region. But should you avoid Vieng because of its complicated reputation?
It is one of the infamous backpacker destinations. It's like Pai, but in the Lao version of Pai.
Pai, Thailand is a bit more well known than Vieng, but the basic premise is the same. Small town with stunning natural backdrop and lots of things to do outdoors.
They go see cave, hiking, and then lagoon where you can swim in it.
And not just lagoons. Sometimes caves are for swimming too.
Some people say you can get claustrophobic.
And one of the first things we do is probably the most popular one. It's the Lagoon Number 1. It's the most touristy.
Very, very clear as well, and there are a lot of fish. And it has an idyllic feel here, even if it is a popular spot to come for a lot of people. It doesn't feel overcrowded.
There's one guy who's gonna jump. One of the activities that's very popular here is also the cave.
We're at the Pukam Cave entrance, and it's not a huge hike up, and it's kind of natural stairs made from this rock. The cave looks deep and cavernous, so we will just have to see if we end up getting lost down there. We probably just skimmed the surface of this ginormous cave, but I think we saw what we came here to see. Anytime I'm in a cave, I always feel like you're sitting in an ancient place, and that tied with like a religion that's also existed for centuries. Like, it's very impactful when you come in here.
We are doing our mini ascent toward this like limestone cliff that are like famous in Vieng. There's so many of them. This one is like less touristy.
Vieng's dramatic landscape comes from these mountains, and because there are so many of them, there's no shortage of viewpoints where you can take it all in.
Can't wait to board this plane. Another thing they do here is they build different like things so you can take picture with it. This one has an airplane.
You know, it adds some fun, some novelty. The 2 other hikes we did both had motorcycles at the top. But which of these should you choose? We'll share some thoughts in a minute.
Basically no one's around here except like a few people compared to the Blue Lagoon.
One tip is we're seeing a lot of people going up now for sunset, and we went just kind of before sunset time. The sun wasn't super hot. You still got fantastic views around this entire area. The next hike we did was kind of by accident, and not just because I weighed over 80 kilograms.
That's about, I think, I don't know, 170 pounds. I'm like 173 on a good day. They're like over 80 kilo, watch out, big girl.
We were trying to get here, but ended up here.
So there's like 2 silver cliffs. This one, I feel like it's like the easier one. The other one's harder. This is one of the more strenuous trail. So we are on the silver cliff easier version.
Yeah, like there's one like viewing point there, and then there is one right there that's easy to see, but actually the one that Oth is talking about is way in the distance, right on the top of that cliff, and you can see a huge platform. In English, both can be referred to as Silver Cliff Viewpoint, even though, from what I understand, their Lao names are slightly different. And here's that first motorcycle I was talking about. Motorbike could be just sitting in a junkyard somewhere, but somebody took the time to bring it all the way up here.
I know, you can vroom.
And now we're on our way to the second motorcycle.
We are doing our 3rd hike to the viewpoint. So this is probably the most popular viewpoint in Vieng, called Nam Sai Viewpoint. ขึ้นไปต่อแม่ใกล้ฮอดแล้วนั่งครับ That's the rest stop.
Okay.
I can see why in the reviews it's a bit of a challenge. It's not a long hike. The steps can be very, very big, and you have to watch out for the slippy, shiny black rocks. It's nice up here. It's a full 360 view. All the people behind me are waiting in line for the motorbike.
There's two bikes actually, this side and the other side. So this side is better right now with the sun. Yeah, and you get the road. That's why it looks so cool. You get the road along the cliff. Finally, we make it our last hike of Vang Vieng, and it's the most popular one. Surprisingly, it's difficult than I thought. Highly traffic actually.
Yeah, but doable, and they have like all these contraptions, so there's plenty to hold on to.
The easiest one definitely the airplane.
Mission accomplished.
If choosing between the motorcycle hikes, Silver Cliff is definitely less crowded, and the Lao flag is more impressive for photos. Nam Sai has the more dramatic backdrop, but you'll encounter more people along the way and at the top. This can make the hike up a little more difficult as well. But we still had one more outing in Vang Vieng before moving further north, and that was this water cave.
Time go by so quickly when we do activity, and also when we're shooting content for you guys. Yeah, and now it's dark already. Sun was set.
Like and subscribe, by the way.
We need it.
We need subscribers.
We need it.
When you get off the main road, it really feels like you're just entering into farmland. There's barely anything there. You cross through fields, you go through on a dirt road, and then when you finally arrive, there is like a whole setup here. I'm coming on the water cave now. It looks very, very tiny.
So there's the get up, and then we take that thing.
It could have been the time of day or the relatively cool weather, but we were there almost entirely alone. This is probably as close to a cold plunge as we're going to get.
So the cave is quite big, but the way we can go in, I think I don't know how long, but we're not going to be that long. It is quite spooky.
But it's also beautiful, and the walls shimmer, and some of it looks like marble. Yeah, some of it I thought that there was a wall, but it's actually where we're going. It's kind of weird, but it's, yeah, feels endless.
Being into this cave for the past 20 minutes now is so deep. I know Mark says sensory deprivation, I say spooky, booky. Like without the light, we wouldn't be able to see anything. I feel like cold spring water is crazy. And I just completely pitch black. The light is the only source of light we can use to see. And the rope, we use the rope to navigate the cave. It's pretty scary. Are you scared?
No,
It's creepy.
it's kind of peaceful. You know, they have isolation tanks where the whole purpose is like sensory deprivation. It's all a matter of perspective. Because you could get spooked out here, or you could have like a blissful state of just perfect tranquility. Wow, it is beautiful in there, and it just goes on for hundreds and hundreds of meters, I think. I don't think that there's an ending to it.
So if you want something fun, I recommend this one. A bit cold, scary, Mark call it soothing.
So should you avoid Vang Vieng because of its complicated reputation? Our verdict is no. The recent deaths were due to methanol-laced alcohol. If you're a drinker, you may want to stick with beer to be on the safe side. Roads can also be rough, so bear that in mind if deciding whether to rent a motorcycle. Overall, if you exercise basic caution, you shouldn't run into any major problems. Vang Vieng is a unique natural wonderland that's definitely worth exploring.
And definitely a town that has a lot of activity for people that want to enjoy it.
We'll soon be headed to northern Laos, so hit like and subscribe to come with us. In the meantime, check out this hidden gem in southern Laos.